Yeah, I still don't know why that video has like 3 frames, but here we are. It's the selection show. It's back to being live like it always should be. I don't know why my suit looks so horrible. I just put it on like maybe 2 minutes ago. My camera looks awful too. But yeah, we're here. Selection show. This one's live. No, there's no time on the clock. Barack, we're here. Season 10 selection show. I can't believe I've done like 6 of these things since we started doing selection shows. But yeah, it's about that time to get yeah, now you guys see the suit. It's about that time to get the field of 12 ready. You know, I'm going to come sit down like I usually do. And we're going to, get the proper camera so you can see the bracket behind you of the selection show. It's going to be probably a pretty short selection show, to be honest with you. Like I said, there's no bowl games. I realized I had the wrong light on. It looks horrible. That's why I forgot to turn these lights on. Anyway. Yeah. No bowl games. At least no graphics for them. I have the list of people that went through it. And you might see the bowl selection process live. We already know one of them. It's been requested. I guess we can start off with that. Toilet Bowl, Florida, Tennessee. There's no other one you could possibly do. That's what we're doing. If someone wants to write these down, put them in my DM so I remember later to send them out, you can go ahead. But Florida, Tennessee will 100% be the Toilet Bowl. There's no debating that. They're both bad. They're both bad. Yeah. Well, I did say there's a announcement tonight, and that's what we're going to start off with. We have an announcement. Season 11. This is what it's going to look like in Season 11. It is changing, like I said. You guys or something. Yeah. Season 11. I have read everything you guys have said, and we are changing it. So, beginning in Season 11, there will be no conferences. There will be no computer poll. Okay, we are changing everything. We have a new division system, okay? Completely different. I think most of you guys are going to like this. From what I've heard, some people, and rightfully so, are much better than the others. We will group them together from now on. So, think of it like the Premier League. The soccer league over there. We're going to that, basically. We're basically going to that system. We will have promotion and relegation. We will have 3 different tiers. Okay, so the tier 1, top 12 players, and the caveat for only next season, it'll be the players that played in Season 10. So, for example, if I would come back, the only place I could be is Season 10, or tier 2. I could not be tier 1. So, Season 10 players only can be in tier number 1. But yeah, top 12 players, haven't made the list yet. We will figure that out later. But yeah, top 12, tier 1. Tier 2, obviously, the next 12 best will be there. Pretty self-explanatory there. Am I coming back? I don't know. That's the next 12. Tier 3 will just be the rest. We're not going to have more than 3 tiers. So tier 3 could have like 20 players. So, yeah. A Roblox league. Listen, you guys were the ones that wanted this. You wanted something like that, and here we are. We're going to that. So format, as always, here we go with the formats. Each division will have playoffs of 8 teams. Okay. So, tier 1 will have an 8-team playoff. Tier 2 will have 1. Tier 3 will have 1, and so on. That fell off my desk. All right. So, top 3 teams in tier 3 and tier 2 will move up. Bottom 3 teams in tier 1 and tier 2 will move down. There will be 1 team in both tier 1 and tier 2 that will not make the playoffs but not get relegated. They'll just stay. So, yeah, you don't get to compete for a championship in your tier, but you don't get moved down. So, yeah, basically no more rankings, no more computer polls, no more of me having to hear about complaining about I'm just never going to win. Now's your chance. If you're in tier 1, you proved it, you earned it, you're in the top. Obviously, that's going to be headline like Hawkeyes and Ender. If Mason decided to stay, he would be here too, but he's not. So I'll have to find the other 10. But yeah, there's that. But yeah, I think this will be more fun. If it doesn't work, we can always go back. But I think this will make it better for some people in their RFL gridiron experience, just because there's some people they don't want to play. And yeah, so that's that. For those that asked about me coming back, we're still deciding on that. We haven't put anything in the contract. We're still in negotiations. We might be returning. We might not. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I don't think we should delay this anymore. Playoff selection show. As you can see, semifinals, Rose Bowl and Fiesta Bowl championship, I believe, is in Miami. I haven't changed that in a while. There will be obviously 3 championship games. Oh, that's one more thing. Tier 1 will be prioritized on the channel. So if you're in Tier 1 games, most likely I'm going to try to stream it. Playoff-wise, I'll try to stream everything. I'll try to stream all tiers of playoffs and all that stuff. But regular season stuff, just Tier 1. That's the benefit of being Tier 1. You get to be put on the channel. All right, here we go. I think everyone knows basically who the top 3 is going to be. Why would we pick new teams? We're not changing teams, guys. We're just taking what we have right now and putting it in a tier system. So whatever team you are now, unless you want to switch, you're going to stay as that. I mean, that's as simple as that. There's no changing of, like, we're not just scrapping everything and restarting. If, like, Ender is not leaving USC, he'll be USC in this new tier system. Nothing that's changing unless you absolutely just want to change teams. All right, now that we answer that question, before I sneeze, are you switching teams, Core? That's my question. I'm not making everyone switch. Coach contracts. Listen, if we actually had people that played and not leave, we could have done coach contracts. And maybe this will make people stay. And if we have a couple seasons, maybe 1 or 2, where people don't leave, we'll think about bringing that back. But, Core, if you're actually leaving LSU, then that'll be in a couple of weeks when I start putting that list together. Okay, enough stalling. At the number 1 seed, I think everyone knows who the top 3 are going to be, like I said. It's Oklahoma State. It's Hawkeyes, the number 1 seed. Winner of, I don't remember what conference he's in. It's the GCC, I believe, is what his conference is. Champion of the GCC, 11-0. Really had no competition all season long. Yeah. Okay, guys, before we move on, I'll go into who that was. If you were to get to Tier 1 and you say, hey, I want to switch teams, you're staying in Tier 1. You earned it. It doesn't matter what team you are. It just matters that you're there. I'm not looking at teams based on Tier 1. I'm looking at who is there, okay? So if for some other reason you make it to Tier 1 with Ohio State and you say, you know what, I want to switch to, like, Tulane, more than welcome to. You're still staying in Tier 1. Okay. Enough of that. We can have more questions about that later. Number 2. I think everyone else knows who this is going to be as well. It is the USC Trojans, also 11-1, champions of the what's we call SAC, the Southern American Conference, champions of the SAC, the one and only champions, because we're dropping. Oh, I forgot you're in there, Cora. My bad. That's on me. Yeah, the one and only champions of the SAC. There will never be. Both in and out. That's all. I mean, we can, Brock. Anyway, yeah, the one and only champions of the SAC. There will never be another champions of the SAC unless we, for some reason, bring it back. That's another thing. I don't know the names of divisions yet. We're still working that out. Okay. At number 3, as people said in the chat, it is Oregon, champions of the EAC, beat Miami twice in 2 games to win the championship, but it was 11-0. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Our only 3 undefeated teams. After that, it gets a little interesting of where you go from here. You got Miami, who was number 4 entering conference championship. You got South Carolina, who just lost. You got Idaho, who won the WAC, I think is what he's in. So you got a lot of teams you can go here. But at number 4, last first round bye, it's Brudden, Mississippi State, champions of the Rust Belt Conference, getting the final seed and final bye. Jara was number 4 entering before he played Oregon. As you can see, he is no longer number 4. Computer poll, took that away from him. All right, now we get to first round games, heading to campus ones. At number 5, first host, it is Jara of Miami, 8-2 regular season. Lost the conference championship game by 6 to Oregon, who's the number 3 seed. It's all season overall for his first year in FBS play, which is going away. But number 5 is that runner-up of the EAC. All right, at number 6, second host of the first round at South Carolina, 9-1 entering the conference championship week. Lost to Idaho and fell to number 6. But he is hosting. He is number 6. Yeah, 9-2. At number 7, remember, we still have Idaho's in. Idaho is still in the playoffs. They have to be. They won the conference championship. The other 4 champions are in. So Idaho is going to be in the playoffs, guys, which is, I think, besides Northern Kentucky, it's our second custom team to make the playoffs. At number 7, it is the Vandals. They're hosting a game in Moscow, Idaho, at 9-2, champions of the WAC. Didn't move ahead of South Carolina, but was 9-2 and got in. So there you go. At number 7 is Idaho. All right, the final first round bye of the final playoffs that we have of 12 teams before we change our new system. At number 8, the Maryland Terrapins, also at 9-2. Runners-up of the RBC, lost to Mississippi State. That possibly was a game of battling who got a bye. But Maryland is number 8. Resume wasn't as strong as others, and he is number 8. But he got the final first-round bye. At number 9, Penn State's heading to College Park to play Maryland's in the 8-9 matchup. Penn State, who got the unfortunate draw of playing Ender twice. Nismo, I am very sorry to deal with that. I can only imagine. But yeah, Penn State's heading College Park, Maryland's for the 8-9 game. All right, at number 10, LSU's heading to Idaho as a 7-10 matchup. That's going to be an interesting one. I don't think they've ever played each other. I don't think that's ever happened. So we're going to have LSU at Idaho. So that's going to be fun. But let me just tell you. the next 2 are going to be a little surprising. And I think it's going to be very fun of what's about to play. So we got 2 spots left. Or do we have 2 spots left, ladies and gentlemen? In the final making of the playoffs at 12 teams, we have a play-in. For those that don't know what that means, the score on the computer poll was too close that we made this rule a couple of seasons ago. If it's close enough, it'll trigger a play-in game. Now, since there's 2 spots left, that means 14 teams are getting into play. So we have 4 more teams left to add to the thing. So scratch all you got for the 12 team. We got 4 more spots to fill. Here we go. All right, which that means we need to pull this up. All right, the play-in game. For those that don't remember, 11-12, winner of that gets the 11 seed. They're in. Loser 11-12 gets another chance, but they play the winner of 13-14. 13-14 elimination game. But yeah, that's the play-in game. All right. And obviously higher seeds host. So 11 will host 12, 13 will host 14. At number 11, It is the Pittsburgh Panthers at 7-3, hosting a play-in game. Their opponent to be named, but they win this, they're in. But they're 7-3. Was a top 4 at one point or another. They were top 4. Obviously had play USC and Penn State. That didn't work out, but they're number 11. At number 12, heading to Pittsburgh to play the Panthers, is the Kansas Jayhawks at 7-3 as well. So there's your 11 and 12. Winner of that game gets in. And these teams have one game to lose. They can lose this game and still have a chance to get in the regular playoffs. That is the good thing about play-in game. If you're 11 and 12, you can lose and still advance in the postseason. All right, 13 and 14, the elimination game of the play-in. At 13, it's the TCU Horned Frogs getting into the playoffs. Luke, for the first time, I think, gets into the FCS playoffs and will face his opponent, which will be named in just a second. But yeah, 7-3 TCU gets in, and a play-in game. Have to win 2 to advance to get in the 12 seed. But yeah, there we are. All right, one final spot. I want guesses in the chat who you think it's going to be. Resume-wise, you still got Texas out there. You still got Washington. Who else? Ohio State, Clemson. Who else is out there? You got some other ones. Those are the 4 I can remember off the top of my head that were close. But yeah, I need guesses. Let's go. I'm not going to release this yet. Let's get some guesses flowing. I see Washington. It's not going to be Tennessee. All right, Washington and Texas are the two I've seen. Oh, NC State. Yeah, I forgot about NC State. They might be in. I might have given that away that they're not in. There's a chance for everyone. All right, I think I've let you guys guess enough. Florida State, that's another good one. Washington State, that might be the worst guess of all time. All right, at number 14, heading to Fort Worth, Texas. It's the Texas Longhorns at 7-3, heading to Fort Worth to play an in-state battle of TCU. But that is your bracket for the play-in. Like I said, NC State did not get in. Washington State did not get in. Or Washington did not get in. But yeah, that's your matchup. All 7-3 teams in the playoffs or higher. That's really impressive, guys. 7-3 and above for all 14 spots is kind of insane. Not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. I think Washington was 6-4 and they missed. But yeah, there you go. There's the brackets. Had to be ranked. You want me to pull up? Let me get the last 2 teams. The last 2 teams that missed were at 15 was Washington. They were 0.017 behind Texas, so that close to getting in. And at 16 was Florida State, with Ohio State and Clemson all grouped together with like 0.2 together. So it was close for that. Yeah. Landon barely missed the playoffs. Comparing resumes between Gage and Landon, let me pull them up. So Landon, let's see. Gage lost to South Carolina and Idaho. So two teams that made the playoffs. And then an upset loss to Clemson, which almost cost them, looks like. And then Washington, I think, lost 4 games, which probably really put them out. Yeah. Washington lost to unranked Pittsburgh, Penn State, Oklahoma State, and USC. So if you hadn't lost to Pittsburgh, probably would have gotten in. But, yeah, that's the playoffs. So, here's your main portion. You see the buys there? Holy shit. And then here's the play-in. In the final 12-team playoff. Tier system information will come out later. Let's do some bowl games, though, while we got time. So, we already announced one. Tennessee and Florida are playing each other. So, we're going to go through the list. We got Zell off the list. All right, so it looks like we have some uneven teams here. We only have 7 teams, and we need 8. Obviously, we need 8 to get 4 games. So, would anyone like to volunteer that did not get in the game? To, get in there. Does anyone know someone that would want to play one of these other teams? I only got 7. I need one more, obviously. No, forfeits didn't hurt you at all. Going 1-3 in ranked games is really what did it to you, Landon. Who doesn't? Hey, what about Zeke? Let's see if we can get Zeke in here. You'll play a bowl game? No, and I'm not giving you someone like that. Absolutely not. Does Water want a bowl game? All right, we got one. Oklahoma will make a bowl game. Game number 14? Absolutely not. Okay. So, I need to go through here. How about did these teams play? They did not. All right, bowl game number 1. We'll send them to the LA Bowl. I'm going to tell Zeke it's too late. The LA Bowl. Oklahoma versus Clemson. Will be there. So Wad will play his final gridiron games. I'm pretty sure he's leaving against Orf, and Wad doesn't play a gridiron game in probably a couple months. Or a couple weeks, I mean. So Orf might win that. But yeah, Clemson, Oklahoma, LA Bowl. The next 2. Let's see. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Gotta make sure they didn't play each other. All right. Let's see. Where should we send them? We need a bowl game for this. Let's do the Citrus Bowl for this one. Washington State, Arizona State. Both teams finished with losing records. I think they were both like 3-7. I know Arizona State was. I had their schedule pulled up. But yeah, Washington State, Arizona State, Citrus Bowl, or whatever the hell it's called now. There's your matchup there. All right. Let's do. Did they play each other? Because that's actually going to be a good matchup if they didn't. All right. Oh, they did. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, last 2 games. We've got the Las Vegas Bowl. We're going to send Washington and Toledo. Oh, we got to do the Mayo Bowl. Correction. Arizona State and Washington are going to the Mayo Bowl. Absolutely have to. Thank you, who was that, Zell, for reminding me. Has to be that DDP Law Mayo Bowl. Absolutely has to. What the hell did I say? Las Vegas Bowl will be Washington and Toledo. Okay, so we got Red Tube Raider and Landon in the Las Vegas Bowl. And the final bowl game, gotta make sure they didn't play before I do this. They did not. We'll send this one to the. Gotta remember what bowl games we have left. Cheese. No, I don't think we have the Cheese Bowl anymore. Let's do Gator Bowl. I think that one's still there. Thanks, Bucky. I actually don't remember what bowl games we have. It's been a long time since I did this. Bowl games. Oh, right here. Music City Bowl. We'll do that one. Actually, I'm sorry. Barstool Arizona Bowl. Illinois NC State will be the final bowl game there. In the Barstool Arizona Bowl. But yeah, I will put these in writing. Pop-Tart Bowl's in there, but it still has a Cheez-It Bowl field. I actually have to fix that. But yeah, there we go. One last announcement. I'm coming back. Season 11 return. I will obviously have the most points. So I will be taking back Oklahoma since Wald's retiring. But I'm back. And I'll be in Tier 2 probably. Yeah, we're back, baby. 1 year hiatus. It was kind of boring not being able to play Gridiron games. Now that I don't have to do the coach or the computer poll anymore, that takes 7 years to run. We're back. We're back, baby. So yeah, I'll be Oklahoma again. That's all I got. We got we got RFCL in like an hour, and I'm actually playing it. Juan and I are playing against Georgetown. But yeah, does anyone have questions about the tier system? Oh, Wadsky with recruits there. Oh, it's over for you guys. And the new rosters, it's over. I use myself as an example all the time, Zell. Luke, I don't know. I'm not gonna base it off top 12 of this for the tier thing. There's obviously people that are better. Oh, I'm sorry, Core. Core, I am so used to Juan and I being by ourselves that it's just to the point of me and Juan. But Core is there too against his former team. So that should be fun. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, there's some people that I know for a fact you need neutral hosts for bowl games. Bowl games are not that important for neutral site. If you can't find one, doesn't matter to me. But yeah, if you have any last questions, let me know about the thing. You can just at me, DM me. I'll respond at some point. Damn, Jara, we've been done with that since for like 30 minutes or 12 minutes. You're right, whatever. But yeah, final look at the bracket. Here is the playing games. Here is the main bracket. I'll post these in the Discord later. I'll put bowl games in the Discord as well. But yeah, last playoffs of this era for Gridiron before we go to the Premier League system. Like I said, once I finalize the list, I will put out who's in what tier. Myself will be in tier 2. That's the highest I can go. Same with anyone else that's returning. So yeah, we will see. But with that, I'll see you in about an hour for Central Oklahoma versus Georgetown. Appreciate y'all for watching. You might be sad this is the last time I wear a suit. Don't worry. We got selection shows for the RFCL now. So I will be wearing this for that as well. Don't worry. We're not missing out on Gerald in the suit, okay? In a couple of weeks, I think it's near Christmas time, you will see me in a suit for the selection show as well. It's going to be a great time. With that being said, what does Ender want? If Mason, okay, Mason's an exception. If Mason comes back, he's tier 1. I'm not putting him in tier 2, bro. He's won a natty. He's too good to be in anything below tier 1 unless he sucks. But he's not returning anyway. He's not playing, so he would be tier 1. He's the exception. Anyone else is tier 2. But yeah, that was the last question I'll answer on this. I'm going to go take the suit off because I'm extremely hot. And I'll see you in about an hour.